yeah, chat, I would not worry about the roles on this team as far as like how will Sohan fit, because Mitch Johnson has said himself. Well, actually, I don't know if he said himself, but the team has said it that a big part of the offseason was defining roles. So it's paying off thus far. I mean, it seems like everyone knows their role, and they're doing it exceptionally well. I love it, bro. I absolutely love it. So what I want to do is go through this game. Oh, thanks for the super chat. Happy late birthday, clan. Missed the birthday stream. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Skapoodle. Skapoodle. So I want to talk about this game and a few other things that I just found interesting. But before we do, really quick, big shout out to Sleeper as always. Hey, it worked. Okay. Big shout out to Sleeper. This is my phone right here. Look, I can move it up and down. I can do whatever I want. So if you guys are interested at all in daily fantasy sports, please check out Sleeper. There's also a section on the app in which you want just social media stuff. Here, I'll just go to, that's the NFL. Oops. If I go to NBA here, you can go to just the NBA section, all the latest news. You can see the stats right off the bat. Look at that little cute photo of Wembanyama. But they also have fantasy sports, right? So if you want to take your picks, obviously the NBA isn't up just yet, but you still have NFL and, you know, quite a few other sports as well. If that's something you're interested in, you can go in. You can say, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Metcalf on this one, right? So you can add that on. You just copy it and add it on. But there's so many other things on here as well. So there's the Metcalf one. Boom, more. These are like obvious. Anytime touchdowns. Kyron Williams. I do not watch NFL. This is gonna be much easier. Making picks is gonna be so much easier when it's the NBA. I'll be honest with you. I am not good when it comes to football when I don't know what's going on right now. But if you guys are interested in that, head on over to Sleeper and download the link below, and you'll receive 100% match up to $100. Just use my promo code CLAN. You support the sponsors, you support the channel, okay? So this game, let me bring up the stats. So as you guys know, I don't bring up the stats, or I don't look at the stats at all until I get with you guys. The only times I see the stats is like what we just saw just now on Sleeper, where I saw the Wemby stats and, you know, when other people post it, but I don't go out of my way to find it until I go live. So here, let's see. Let's go Spurs preseason stats. Yeah, that's fine. And I want to talk about something. So first and foremost, if we go to ESPN here, and you go here. All right. So just talking about this game really quick on just what I've seen, like the vibes. This is more so the vibes, right? Once again, Wembanyama looks great. He was a little sloppy at times, but man, it's really impressive how sloppy and still managed to put up as many points and big plays that he can. However, I did see quite a few, and yeah, it showed up right here. Quite a few turnovers. And yeah, he was just a little sloppy, but he's getting used to things, right? But he's gotten so much stronger, like ridiculously stronger. So that's nice to see. Steph Castle, I thought that he was pretty good. Defensively, he was great. But I thought offensively he was all right, and I guess the stats kind of show that as well. But this is pretty doggone good. 5 for 12 is not bad whatsoever, about 50%. So he did his thing. Any other standouts for me? I will say that the chat was right. You guys were right when it came to Keldon, because Keldon has been playing smarter. I definitely noticed it this game. He didn't make too many like bonehead plays, made good passes. Obviously, you know, you don't have to shoot 100%, just to get credit. I understand that, but overall, he did play just smarter overall, right? I didn't even know he scored every basket that he took. My cat is really thinking about getting up here. She is really thinking about it. But I think that Mitch Johnson basically defining everyone roles has made it so much easier on everyone. And also, Devin Vassell is going to be low-key X factor, right? Like, yeah, statistically he didn't do well, but he hit some shots where I'm like, dude, this team is virtually on paper unstoppable if they're hitting on all cylinders, because you have Devin Vassell. Let's say Devin Vassell were to come off the bench I don't know how they'll do it. He'll probably start at the beginning. But yesterday, Devin Vassell did come off the bench. If he's come off the bench and he's playing like, I don't know, 70% as good as he's capable of doing, like, what the heck are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like, absolutely ridiculous. So he was great. Those are kind of my standouts. Carter Bryant hit a really clutch 3-point shot near the end of the game, so that was nice to see. But yeah, just overall, it was just awesome, man. Luke Cornett. I know I talk about him all the time, but he was great in this game. I just feel like the Spurs have so much depth. It's going to be extraordinarily hard to deal with. And luckily for us, having this much talent is super great because they're going to have like misreads. They're going to mess up here and there. Someone's going to miss an assignment. Like, things are going to happen. But when you have this amount of talent and this amount of discipline defensively, you can beat anybody. And that's the thing. Like, unfortunately for the Spurs, over the course of the last couple seasons, they had to be perfect, right? We just did not have the talent to not be perfect. And that really sucked. That was not fun to watch. A team where if you make one little mistake, now it's just a downhill trajectory. But that is not the case anymore. There is so much talent on this team that you can make these little mistakes, right? Harrison Barnes played awful. I mean, this is what we expect from him. We expect him to be able to, hit some three. That's all the Spurs really asking of him. He played awful. 1 for 7 overall. Did you feel it? No. Devin Vassell went 4 for 11. Did you feel it? No. You didn't feel it, like at all. But this time, and I know it's preseason, but the Pacers and the Spurs were playing at very high intensity. But I'm telling you, last season, if we have just a couple guys playing off, that's very well a loss. It's a loss. But not only was this not a loss, it was a convincing win. And that's what I really love about this team. This was a convincing win. It wasn't like the Spurs barely scraped by, right? Wemby has 7 turnovers. Did you feel it? No, you didn't. That's just how good Harrison Barnes' defense is so bad. He's not great defensively. I wouldn't say it's like so bad, but he's pretty mid. I would say he's average defensively. But like overall, I mean, you just didn't feel any of it. That's what I really love. You just don't feel it because you have so much talent that someone's going to step up. If Wembanyama can remain consistent, right? I mean, you can just beat anybody because maybe Devin Vassell has a bad game, but Dylan Harper has a great game. Or maybe Dylan Harper and Devin Vassell have a bad game, but De'Aaron Fox has a good game, right? And there'll be a few games where Sohan plays, extremely well, getting to the basket. Like Keldon Johnson, right? Maybe Keldon, because he's streak. And that's what I was saying last season as well. When we were really ragging on Devin Vassell and saying he needs to be better, he is trash. I said this and I stick to it, that the Spurs are totally fine if Devin Vassell isn't the second and maybe even third option. Devin Vassell as a fourth option is scary because his inconsistencies, you're not going to see it. It's not going to hurt us as much, and you're not going to care because every now and then you're just going to have really good Devin Vassell experiences because you're going to notice the games where he really stand out because the team overall has so much talent that other people can kind of hold their weight. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I see it. Like Devin Vassell being a fourth option is crazy. I didn't see one tweet today. It was a lot of people watching this Spurs game. I didn't see one tweet today complain about Devin Vassell. But take out Dylan Harper, take out Steph Castle, take out, well, maybe not Champagny, but like take out, I don't know, Keldon Johnson's performance. Take some of these out. Devin Vassell, he'll be trending. People will be so upset. Oh, here she go. Why'd you come up here? Mixa. Hey. Cats don't supposed to be up here. anyways. Yeah, Castle shot 30 or 50% from 3. 2 for 4. He did good. He did really good. So, yeah, I hope that makes sense. Now, the second thing I want to talk about, well, I guess not the last thing about this game, but yeah, kind of the last thing. So the Spurs, someone mentioned it in the chat, but the Spurs actually hit a record. Well, it's not a record, but very interesting here. So as you can see, shout out to Bala. They're 4-0 in preseason. And the last time that they had a 4-0 record during preseason was the 2001-2002 season. And I believe they won 58 games that season. Now, how much does this matter? I don't actually know. I'll be honest. I don't actually know, right? The 2001-2002 team isn't like the best Spurs team ever. I don't think. I don't know how you guys feel about it. But it's telling that this team is serious. You get what I'm saying? It's telling that this team is serious. So I really do like that 4-0 record to start the preseason. And these have been convincing wins. Another thing about this game I really liked was I couldn't tell, it's really hard to see like watching it from home, but in the fourth quarter, Mitch Johnson was getting ready to take Wemby out to put in Biyombo, but like Wemby came up to Mitch Johnson and I couldn't tell if Mitch said to stay in the game or Wemby said, hey, I want to play a little bit longer. I don't know. I couldn't tell, but I like that. I like that type of mentality. I just couldn't tell. I don't think the commentators could tell either what was said. Winning is contagious. Exactly. Winning is contagious. Just like losing is contagious. It's been building blocks. This is why I do not understand all of the crying from Spurs fans over the years, where it's like you could see them building brick by brick. It's like what's his name? Gosh, from Snowfall. What's his name? Brick by brick. I can't remember his name. What's his name? Oh my God. What's the guy's name? Why is it like, it's like on the tip of my tongue. What's his name? Are you guys cultured at all? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? You guys are not cultured at all. You're making me angry. Glaze KJ, please. Are you even listening to what I'm saying? Franklin, thank you. Franklin Saint. Thank you, Nate. Oh my God, Franklin Saint. Okay. It's gonna bother me. I couldn't continue until. Anyways, it really bothered me that like the Spurs have been building this brick by brick every single year, obviously making good moves, and they have to win a few games before you could say that, hey, maybe Brian Wright is a good GM. It's been obvious that he's been a good GM, one of the best GMs in the NBA, like for a while, right? But now it's time to give the credit. Like, come on. It's important to give people credit where it's due. And I felt like he wasn't getting any credit, which I know you want to push the Spurs to win, right? But like us crying online isn't going to make things any better. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been seeing it since day one, and I thought, yeah, they're doing a great job. And now we're starting to see some of the benefits of this smart front office. Like literally, I feel like the Spurs, Celtics, and I'm trying to make sure she does not jump back on here. The Spurs, Celtics, and the OKC front office are like some of the franchises that's just in a whole nother tier of a lot of other teams. I mean, they are incredible. But yeah, KJ hasn't got his credit. I literally said how good Keldon Johnson has been at the beginning of this. I literally said that. I said you guys were right that Keldon Johnson looks like he's playing smarter. And I think a big part of that comes down to Mitch Johnson defining these roles and coaching staff defining what everyone's role is. Which, funny enough, I don't think that Popovich could have done that until now, ironically. This is the first year where we kind of have an idea of what the team will look like for the future. So I don't think Pop could have even done it until now. I can sleep now, thanks. You're ridiculous. You're absolutely ridiculous. Girl, no. Okay. Barnes has been in a slump. Barnes have been he's been pretty rough, yeah. Let's see. It's been pretty rough. I don't know if he's had one good game. Which is fine, you know. If it comes down to it, it'll be okay. He has to come off the bench or something, which I don't think that'll be the case, but let's see. Here we go. Yeah, it's actually a terrible slump. Slump is an understatement. 0 for 3 versus China. 2 for 7 versus Miami. 0 for 6 from Utah. 1 for 7 from Pacers. And it's pretty bad. Pretty doggone bad. But yeah, good stuff. Woo! Great stuff. Good GMs don't let their team miss the playoffs 6 years in a row. Has it been 6 years in a row? All right, girl. You gotta... Were we not in the play-in in 2020? 2019? I don't remember. Not the play-in. Were we... No, we weren't in the playoffs, were we? Well, first off, that's not true. Everything's contextual. The reason why the Spurs were pretty bad early on is because the Spurs truly did believe that maybe they can make something happen with DeMar DeRozan being like our main guy, right? 2019? Play in 2021? Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, we had one season like literally dedicated just to tank. Like we had one season dedicated just to bring up DeJounte Murray's value and then tank. So 2021, DeJounte Murray's last season. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it was yeah, the Spurs were mediocre for a while and then they tanked. But Brian Wright has led the tank. He's done a phenomenal job. So I don't know what you're talking about. And also, I'm pretty sure if we look at other teams as far as like making the playoffs, even with good GMs, that you have quite a few years of not making the playoffs. Our rebuild is one of the shortest rebuilds I've ever seen in my entire life. Like it was like back to back, everything land perfectly, smart moves, nonstop. And if it were up to Spurs fans at the time, we would have had DeJounte. This was literally what people were wanting: DeJounte Murray, Zach LaVine, and DeAndre Ayton. That's what Spurs fans were asking for. That's what our team would have looked like if you had it Spurs fans. If Spurs fans said that if you wanted Spurs fans saying he was a good GM back then, that's what you would have got. But played it smart. He did good. He's doing really well. One of the best GMs in the NBA. Teams would love to have the front office we got right now. We're going to shock people. We're going to be so good. We also got very lucky. Yeah, I mean, you set yourself up for luck. But yeah. I mean, that's like every rebuild, right? You got to get a little lucky in the draft. You got to get a little lucky. Can't make every single thing fall in your lap. Not fall in your lap, but you can't make every single move perfect. Like for instance, yeah, it's luck to. It wasn't luck to rebuild. That wasn't. I mean, not to rebuild, to tank. That wasn't luck. But after the tank, yeah, it's luck on whether or not you get the number one overall pick, because there's no trading up for Wemby. Like there's nothing you could have done to get Wemby. So yeah, that's just luck. Same with Tim Duncan. It's not like R.C. Buford wasn't very lucky. And like I said, people will say, well, R.C. Buford, he got Mono Ginobili. I'll tell you this right now, okay? How scouting is today, Mono Ginobili would be a lottery pick. Easily. Spurs was just ahead of the curve, but he would be a lottery pick today. A lot of teams wouldn't be able to get a Manu. But anyways, really good stuff. I really loved it. Great game. The Spurs look great. We're going to be very dangerous. Beautiful thing to see, man. Beautiful thing to see.